What's up, guys? Welcome back to the channel. If you're new here, thank you so much for checking out the channel. A lot's been going on. I'm almost at 500 subscribers, and it would help me so much if you could share the channel, maybe subscribe if you have not. I'm trying to get monetized like everybody else, so let's do it. But without further ado, let's go ahead and jump into the video. If you came here for the title, well, this might make some people a little salty. Today we're talking about 5 hot takes in photography that other photographers just don't want to talk about. Let's get into it. Alright, so this video was completely inspired by another YouTuber that I came across. His name was Cam. I will link his video somewhere in the description. Go check his channel out. I'm not taking this video from him. I think he did an incredible job, but I wanted to touch on it a little bit as well. So what I did is I actually used ChatGPT to generate some questions, or generate some answers, I should say, on 5 hot takes photographers don't want to talk about. And a couple of them were really good, but I'm going to kind of reiterate the question, or kind of change the answer, I should say. So the first one, and this is the one that made some people salty on my Threads account. I'm gonna put some of that up here, but yeah, this one made some wedding photographers a little salty. So I'm a wedding photographer myself, and one thing that I absolutely hate to hear is when clients or couples say that their galleries took 3, 4, 5, even 6 months to a year to get back, which is absolutely insane. There is no reason why it shouldn't take you more than 3 weeks to get a gallery out. Like, absolutely no reason, especially in today's age with AI editing and all these other softwares that help you be able to either cull your projects or edit your projects. Some of you may know that I'm a full-time ambassador for Imagine AI. This video is not sponsored, but I am sponsored by them, and I will leave my link in the description so you can check it out. Imagine AI has, one, helped me be able to get my life back. It's also helped me be able to produce consistent galleries and put out the galleries so much faster. I can cull, edit, and send the galleries within a week. Sometimes if I really wanted to, and maybe the client really needed it or paid extra, I can actually give these galleries back within 24 hours, which is, I know, insane, but I can do it. It's doable now. There's no reason to wait 3 to 4 months. And let me talk actually a little bit about this. There's a sales tactic in the wedding industry that wedding photographers will actually make you wait for your wedding galleries longer in hopes that you get anxious and buy prints. It's an old school sales tactic. I talk to my couples about it all the time when they hire me, and I tell them, if anybody is telling you it's going to take 3 to 6 months to get your photos back, this is what they're doing. All right, so moving on to question number 2. This is something that ChatGPT actually put out, and it was going to be something that I was going to talk about myself, but let's read what ChatGPT said, and I will talk about that as well. It says, gear doesn't make the photographer. So I absolutely agree. I was gonna put in the questions that gear does matter. A lot of YouTubers, content creators, photographers will tell you that gear doesn't matter, and it's kind of a yes and no answer. Gear does matter because you need the proper equipment to photograph weddings correctly and make sure you don't miss a shot. You need a camera with dual SD card slots. You need a off-camera flash or an on-camera flash or any sort of lighting for those dark situations. And you need a camera that is going to capture quality. So let's read what this says. Gear doesn't make the photographer. Photographers love to talk about gear. At the end of the day, the camera doesn't shoot the image. The person behind it does. You can create stunning work with an entry-level camera if you understand light, composition, and timing. Too many focus on upgrading gear instead of honing their craft. And that's from AI. Like, I completely understand and agree with that sentence 100%. So I absolutely agree with what ChatGPT put out. I am a big advocate on education. I actually go to conferences myself. I teach at conferences as well. And I do believe that you can actually get quality work from an entry-level camera if you know these tools and you know how to, see light, you know how to use your settings properly, and you just have that creative composition and that creative eye. You can definitely get away with an entry-level camera. But when you're getting into more professional work and you're getting into wedding photography, it's definitely worth the money to upgrade and buy your gear, especially if it's something that you already love and you're going to foolproof yourself for the future. All right, and here's another one, and this one was kind of funny. This is a ChatGPT answer, and I kind of think it's funny because I'm on social media myself and I'm growing my social media channels, YouTube, Instagram, and all of that, but I do agree with what it said. Number 3, social media is overrated. While Instagram and TikTok are great tools, they often create a false narrative about what makes a photographer successful. A perfect curated feed won't guarantee steady work or sustainable business. In fact, chasing likes and engagement often distracts from the quality of the actual work. Agree? Disagree? I don't know. There's not much that I can really say on that. I do agree. I myself am somebody who kind of posts everything, at least on my personal page. My wedding page is all wedding work, so that's all you're gonna really see there. And one of my big things is there's always this big harp on consistency, consistency, consistency. Well, everyone has their own kind of narrative about consistency. A lot of people think consistency is copy and paste, right? Everything has to look the same, everything has to feel the same, everything has to be consistent. Well, then there's the other half where like consistency just means consistently doing something, right? I'm consistently posting videos on YouTube. They might not look the same every single video, and that's just something that I don't like to do. I don't like to eat the same food every day, so why would I want to create the same content every day, right? So that's kind of like how my brain works. Some people's brain work a little differently, but you know, I think if you're consistently putting out great work, it doesn't have to all look the same. All right, so number 4, this is another ChatGPT one, and this one is photography is not just about the moment. Many photographers romanticize capturing the moment, but sometimes the best images are created with careful thought, planning, even post-production work. The myth that every photograph should be spontaneous and unplanned often limits creativity and overlooks the artistry involved in setting up a shot. Now, this is something that I can totally relate to. A lot of the times my shoots are unplanned. I hit up a model, we go out, we shoot, and we can create some amazing work. If the conditions are right, the weather's right, the sunset looks great, and you know, everything's working out in our favor. But there's also been some times that I've gone out and tried to create work like this and not been able to produce great results. But if I've planned a shot and planned an idea, storyboarded, scripted, or did any sort of kind of pre-production, it comes out a lot better. It's kind of like YouTube videos, right? There's a lot of really great YouTubers out there that literally write down everything, shot list, pre-planning, storyboarding, all that kind of stuff, and they produce crazy work. Like their quality is so good. But then there's also a lot of YouTubers on here that just go out and vlog their day and don't plan stuff and can still put out something that is interesting and entertaining for us. Now, when it comes to the world of wedding photography, we don't really have a lot of the time to be able to do this, though there are wedding photographers out there. I know some personally that actually put it in their contract that they need a specific amount of time with the clients. And these are photographers that are doing composite shots. They need a little bit of time with lighting and stuff like that. They might even be known for a specific shot. So if they need that extra time, they're going to put it in their contract, or they're going to tell their planners, hey, I need some time because I'm known for this specific shot and we like to do it at every other wedding. And the client hired me for this. So can I get 2 hours with the couple at, you know, whatever time? So stuff like that does happen in the wedding industry, but it's not all the time. A lot of the wedding shots are candid moments, maybe 15-20 minutes at, you know, sunset hour with some post photos, and you know, but I absolutely love and agree with that hot take from ChatGPT. So for number 5, this has always been kind of mind-boggling, and Cam actually talked about this in his video as well, and this one is, you don't need a photography or videography degree to be successful. And that is just something that I see all the time with all these big companies wanting bachelor's or master degree in photography and all that crazy stuff. Look, I went to culinary school. I was a formally trained chef, and probably 0 times I was ever asked for my degree or where I went to school or anything like that. Actually, most chefs prefer to hire people who didn't go to school so they can actually mold them the way that they want, because here's the thing. When you go to school, and this is any school, photography school, chef school, whatever school you're doing, they're going to teach you their way. They're going to teach you that you have to do it by the book, that there's no rule breaking. You have to do it this way, and this is the only way to do it. It's not true. Like, it's really not true. Photography, there's really no rules. There's guidelines. There's, you know, things that you probably should follow, composition rules and stuff like that. But like every rule, it's all meant to be broken, and you can just create what you want. As long as you're creating quality work, you're entertaining, and you're putting something out there that you're passionate about, that's what really matters in the end. So what I would love to see in the photography world, the corporate world even, is stop putting these limitations on job descriptions. I've been spending a lot of time on LinkedIn this year, and it's crazy. All the jobs that I've either applied for or tried to get into, they want a bachelor's, they want a master's, they want all this stuff, but just look at my work, look at my portfolio, and have me come in and do a test shoot. That's how it should be. We're creatives, let's be honest. Like, most of us probably dropped out of school. I dropped out of school in the 11th grade, and I don't recommend that at all. Not at all. It's definitely a lot harder when you're trying to get into any sort of field. But you know, the fact of the matter is you just don't need a degree in photography to be able to be successful in the craft. All right, so if you made it this far, thank you so much. I have noticed that a lot of you are not subscribed, so if you guys can hit that subscribe button, turn the notification bell on, leave a comment, all that stuff, it definitely helps the algorithm. I have 4 videos planned for February. One I'm super excited about. I'm going to Imaging USA, which is a photo conference that we just talked about earlier, about going to educate yourself. It's a photo conference in Texas, and I'm super stoked. It's held by PPA, which is Professional Photographers of America. You should check it out if you need gear insurance or anything like that. And anyways, thanks for watching. Like always, thanks for rocking with me. I'll see you in the next one. Peace.